Thank you for tuning in. This is DJ Fob Fresh from SegaShiro.com, your Sega resource, and today we're bringing you a video review of Virtua Tennis 4. Virtua Tennis 4 is available on all major consoles. That includes the Wii, the Xbox 360, and the PS3. There are also ports heading to the PlayStation Vita and the PC. The footage that you're seeing in this video review is from the PlayStation 3 version of the game. Longtime fans of this series will be happy to know that despite it not getting an arcade release, this is developed by Sega AM3. It's the first Virtua Tennis title that they've developed since 2006. Without a doubt, Virtua Tennis 4 is a tight arcade experience, adhering strongly to the roots based in the series that go all the way back to the Dreamcast. Whether you want to play the Grand Slam or the Advantage series, just kick back with some arcade play a couple mini-games, Sega Virtua Tennis 4 has got you covered. It delivers a tight experience, and one that casual gamers and hardcore gamers can enjoy. One of the best things about Virtua Tennis 4 is how intuitive the experience is. Like all great arcade titles, there's a moment when you're playing the game that you start to get into the flow. The difficulty curve is near pitch perfect, introducing you to the game quickly and easily, and then slowly arcing up the difficulty so that matches towards the end of your World Tour career are long and varied, and you can actually tool your character to your specific playstyle. And while some detractors might go out there and say that this is a little more than an update to Pong, Pong never played this well. And of course, since it's a Sega title, there are mini-games that help train your character in a variety of ways. What you're seeing right now is footage of one of my favorites. This is a game where you increase your mobility, and basically you have to take all the chicks back home. It's wonderful, it's wacky, it's classic Sega, and yet at the same time, it changes up that Virtua Tennis gameplay to give you something a little bit different. Virtua Tennis 4 has all of the modes you would expect, from World Tour mode, which is an RPG-like board game involving your career, arcade mode, network play, and of course just the classic pick up and play, the practice, and exhibition modes. You have a variety of camera angles, of course, and the controls, like all Virtua Tennis titles before it, are nigh perfect. Basically, if you've ever picked up a game before, you can pick up and play Virtua Tennis. The HD versions of Virtua Tennis 4 have a few differences, one being Kinect versus motion controls. So on the PS3 you're using the motion play controllers, while on the Xbox 360 you're using the camera-controlled Kinect. However, the PS3 version has the advantage of having 3D support, as well as 5 extra characters that didn't make it into the Xbox 360 game. Performance-wise, the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions are virtually the same, barring the few aspects that I mentioned earlier. In terms of graphics, Virtua Tennis 4 is solid, but not fantastic. The character models and the frame rate are great, however, the overall presentation seems a little bit sterile and a little bit cold. However, after long periods of play, what you begin to notice is that there's a lot of nice touches in the game. On the animation front, there are a few animations that are repeated quite a bit, especially in the win animation column. However, overall, the graphical package is solid. If you're lucky enough to have a 3D television, Virtua Tennis impresses even more. In 3D, the game is able to keep up its 60 frame rates per second. It looks fantastic with a nice added depth, and if you even play it with the Move controller, you're getting a really wild experience. One of my favorite aspects of the game was the World Tour mode, where you essentially played through a board game-esque RPG. So you're leveling up your character as you progress through this board game, and because you only have certain moves, you can fall on unfortunate events. It added a realistic twist to a straight-up arcade game. The motion play is an interesting add-on, making the arcade gameplay feel more casual. Now, on one hand, when you're playing in motion gameplay, you actually relinquish control of character movement, and you're just sort of timing your swings. Now, the swings feel very responsive, but at the same time, the gameplay feels very, very forgiving. It's a cool mode, it's a fun distraction, but it's nothing to write home about. The sound design was fantastic, and the music didn't really stand out in any real way. However, it didn't distract from the gameplay either, so it was effective in getting me into the zone. With a whole host of unlockables and the ability to create your own character, and do all sorts of silly mini games and matches. Virtual Tennis is a game that focuses more on arcade gameplay, fun, than on simulation. If you're a stat tracking sports buff, Virtual Tennis might not be for you. However, if you're a hardcore gamer or even a casual gamer, you'd be hard pressed not to enjoy the great graphics, solid controls, and solid gameplay of Virtua Tennis 4. If you're a 3D gamer, you might want to give this game a look because it's a great showcase of what 3D can do. This is DJ Fobfresh signing out, wishing you well on your gaming journey.